Hey everyone, thanks for listening to Sex with Emily. Today we've got comedian Fred Stoller in the studio. You may know him from, well, just about everything. But today we're giving this actor, comedian, author his moment in the spotlight to talk sex, dating, and the funnier things in life. Okay, I know I've been talking lately about my Sybian, but I'm ready to really get into it. I'm ready to tell you about how this thing is going to change your life. You may think you know all about the Sybian, but please forget what you've heard about it, because it's so different than any other sex product you've seen before. In fact, it's so much more than just a sex toy. The Sybian is a full-on sexual experience, one that you can enjoy solo or with a partner. For one thing, it's the only sex product with a unique mountable design that simulates the feel of riding a partner during woman on top position. And the cool thing about the Sybian is that each woman has the power to customize her experience every time she uses it and make it work for her. So there's 11 different attachments, so you can just use it and ride it, for your clitoris, or you can have one that looks like a penis. There's one shaped like a finger, whatever you're into. And it doesn't matter what you choose because it provides you with a variety of orgasms that you can choose from. There is no limit to the ways you can experience a Sybian, and each machine is as unique as the woman riding it. And women who have trouble reaching orgasm during intercourse, and I know there's a lot of you out there because I hear from you every day, Sybian just might be the secret to unlocking your orgasmic potential. Repeated rides on the Sybian can train your body to orgasm, making it easier to experience multiple O's and increased sexual response with a partner. And because of the unique design to Sybian, once you learn how to orgasm with it, you can transfer that experience to sex with your partner. The way you move, you can figure out what feels good. Oh, and if I mentioned how hot it is for your partner to watch you play with it, listen to this testimonial from a Sybian website from a user. My husband and I have been married for 17 years, and I always thought our sex life was okay, but I didn't get too excited about it. My first time on the Sybian, I can hardly describe the feeling I had. My body just exploded. It was unreal what happened to me. I soon realized at the age of 38, with Sybian, I had my first orgasm ever. I've now started having orgasms while making love to my husband, and I have Sybian to thank. Shelly from Texas. So to hear what other happy customers have to say about their sex life-changing Sybian, or to order your customized Sybian today, visit Sybian.com. And as a special treat for Sex with Emily listeners, get $75 off your first order. That's Emily75 at Sybian.com, Sybian.com. Thanks for listening.
Look into his eyes. They're the eyes of a man obsessed by sex. Eyes that mock our sacred institutions. Bedroom eyes, they call them in a bygone day.
Hey, Emily, you got a boyfriend? Because my man E here, he just got his heart broken. He thinks you're kind of cute.
A girl's got to have her standards. Oh, my.
Do women know about shrinkage?
Isn't it common knowledge?
What do you mean, like laundry? It shrinks?
Can we not talk about sex so much?
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God, I feel so good.
Being bad feels pretty good. Well, Emily's not the kind of girl you just play with.
Sex with Emily. We're talking about sex, relationships, and everything in between. For more information, go to sexwithemily.com. Check out our new website. You're going to love it. Rock our new website because it's awesome. Sign up for our mailing list. Check out all the content. It's going to be so much easier to find 10 years of content now on our new site. You'll love it. Right, Menace?
Of course.
I'm so glad you're here. Happy birthday yesterday.
Tomorrow.
Thanks. Sorry.
Jeez.
Dude, I know. What are we going to do? I missed it.
We are going to party.
Party?
Like crazy, yeah.
Okay. I want to do something.
I'm over partying.
We used to party, you are.
I know.
Dude, what happened?
Take me to Boa, the nice steakhouse.
Dude, I will.
No.
Seriously?
I'm just kidding. No.
You don't want to go to dinner with me.
No, I do.
Want to go to a movie?
I want to hang out. No, not a movie because you'll talk through it the entire time.
Okay, enough with that. So today, Fred Stoller's here. He's probably in everything you've ever seen. Like he's been in Friends, Everybody Loves Raymond, Scrubs, Hannah Montana, My Name is Earl, and he talks about like being kind of middle-level comedian. He wrote a really funny book about, the title is Maybe We'll Have You Back. All right. The life of a Perennial T.V. guest star. Like he was like man too. So he's going to come in, and also
once I saw Fred, I recognized him right away.
Of course.
I'm like, I know that guy.
Yeah. Hi, Fred.
Come on, Fred.
Menace.
Sit down.
Everyone knows Fred, right?
I don't know.
Hi, Fred. No. You don't know me? Hi, Fred.
Hi.
This is Menace. This is
Menace.
Madison.
What's your name?
Menace. Just and
Like Menace
Dennis the
Society.
Menace. Yeah,
That's his like
it's
radio
weird.
name, but
I
that's like
know.
his real name. His mom called him Menace.
Wow.
Have you performed in San Francisco? I swear I've seen you. You do stand
We
up.
lived in San Francisco.
Yeah.
You live there now?
I
We
used to.
moved,
Yeah.
yeah.
I moved here about a year and a half ago.
Wow, God, so loud me. Stand up. You would have been like a little kid when I did stand up. I took a long break, then sort of came back, and I'm semi-retiring again from stand up.
Okay.
You can't dabble. You got to really hang out at clubs and be aggressive and stuff. But I did it I think Cobb's in '88.
Okay.
Wow, when Robin Williams would come in and another guy passed away, Warren Thomas, excuse me, would come in. So this was by the pier.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what is it, the comic club?
Yeah, Cobb's. It's right
And
there.
I remember that I was, when I was doing my act was very low key and subtle. Hey, Stanley, and wherever I would go, they'd switch me with the middle. You're not high energy enough, and people would always apologize. Oh, this is just Baltimore, or this is Sacramento. But then when I started not killing with, you can't say Boston or San Francisco. Oh, they're just hayseeds.
Yeah.
But that one was a lot of tourists.
Oh yeah, it's all tourists.
So it wasn't. I'm
Yeah.
blaming why I didn't do well.
I don't know. So maybe we didn't see it there. But you've been in so many shows. I mean, that's your your book.
Thank you.
Maybe we were just talking about it before you came, but maybe we'll have you back. The life of a perennial TV guest star, Fred Stoller.
That's what I hope they say.
Yeah, they say what on your tombstone, you mean? Or
When I do a show or I'm with a
oh,
woman.
maybe we'll have you back.
Yes.
We all hope that maybe.
Yeah, you just hope for a maybe because they can't promise when you're a guest star guy because there's regular sort of contracts and make millions, but you just hope you heard it or people. A lot of them say it to each other. When my first show I was on, I heard one guy go, "Well, I'm the mailman. They always need mail. Maybe they'll bring me back." Or I was at the diner. I ordered the lemonade. I could be the guy that eats the lemonade or drinks the lemonade. So we just want maybes to keep us going.
But do you even believe the maybe sometimes? Because you're like, I guess you want to hear it, but then I always feel like they're not going to be like, "Bye, good job today." It's kind of like, I'll call you. And people say,
Yeah. You still, my analogy is like being a foster kid going from show to show, hoping one keeps me on.
Right. And what was the first show you were on?
That was a million years ago. No one heard of it, called Singer and Sons, about a Jewish deli. And that's where I first heard them say, I had the fruit salad. Maybe I could be the guy known as the fruit salad. I was the uncle. I'm related. And did not realizing for the next 20-something years, I'd be the desperate guy hoping I'm a cousin.
Right.
My joke I did, I was the cousin on Raymond. The difference between the cousin and the brother is $77 million.
Right, exactly.
And I looked more like Raymond than Brad Garrett did. So... Yeah, so when I did Amen. These are the first shows where I was a biker. I was skinnier than this. And the joke was I wore a tank top and I was in a motorcycle jacket threatening people. I go, maybe I could be back to harass people. So you just try to bring the hope up in your own head. But yeah, you try not to get too... People think I'm negative. You just learn to be cautiously optimistic.
Exactly.
You're only real excited... when something, the thing I learned about women or with career, it's only something if it's something. This is, I'm not like you, an expert relationship person, but the advice I give people and to myself, whenever a guy or girl is analyzing, she said this, but then the email said this, if you're analyzing, it's not there. When it's there... Do you agree with this?
You won't be analyzing?
Yes. When something's there, you don't have to break down everything. You just know.
I think it's just a waste of time, the time that I agree. My friends and I, we used to sit around analyzing when people started texting all the time. We'd be passing back, what did this mean? What does this mean? I'm like, do you realize with all the time we spent analyzing what this means, we could have the cure for cancer right now.
Right.
Like, this is the biggest waste of our goddamn time.
But like I said, the few successes I've had with women is when they give you a look, like you're giving me, no, I'm just kidding. No, look in the eye, like I get a kick out of this guy, I encourage you. You sort of know. Whenever I'm trying to be like John Cusack and say anything and be charming, or John Cryer, I'm not saying. Whenever I'm trying, this is another thing I learned. You know how you get a woman to like you?
How?
She has to like you.
Yeah,
there's
true.
nothing.
You can't do anything.
yeah.
Right?
No,
Have
you
the right
show
car,
up.
the right anything.
No, it's
not
something.
About...
I'm the same Fred. Either I could be to some women like Brad Pitt, but very little, or Hinckley, a serial killer. You know what I'm saying? The same essence that whenever you're trying to analyze, you know, I mean, it's sort of like auditions, like you show up, you're the guy or not. And so I learned the same thing, analyzing an audition. Should I not have said this? Should I come in like that?
You can't beat yourself up. You do as long as you know that you did the best you can.
But then
I also beat myself up because I went through this in entertainment. I get it. It's all rejection, but no one tells you that when you're starting. Like at first, you have to learn that. Like it's okay. You do your best.
My friend who wrote on Raymond for 9 years said, when you walk through the door, you're the guy or not. I'm not gonna be a Southern racist in a some gritty a noir like the show Bosch, a gritty crime thing, the intense detective. I just exude skinny kind of Jewish New York guy.
Right.
So it's what you walk through. You're not going to be a bus driver on a show. You know what I'm saying. It's just you're the guy, a girl,
but it's
or
also
not.
Getting comfortable with knowing who you are too.
Right.
Going in with the confidence. It kills you. Like I always say to people like your life work should be cultivating confidence. It will help you in every way.
But you know what's something I learned with me, that you're confident because you're confident. You can't fake it. You know what I'm saying? When people go, don't be desperate, that's when you're not desperate.
Right, exactly. You can't fake it. But the thing that makes you not confident is worrying that you're not confident.
Right.
And I think that part of like life and living is that you learn to become you learn to accept yourself, and you learn to become your authentic self, and accepting you for
I'm just
whoever the hell you
getting
are.
to that. Just
It's a life. It's
acceptance.
Hard. That's our life. It's true.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah. Well, I want to get into, after being on TV, do you just get access to women constantly? I don't know. They're like, oh, I know you.
Well, I know you, but not constant women. It's just.
Has it? I'm sure it's benefited you in.
Well, yes and no, because I've never been an accountant or a sex therapist, so I have nothing to compare my success with women with, you know what I mean, a non-show business thing. But, excuse me, in one way, it's kind of thwarted. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Or I don't want to be politically retarded, and which is the real way to use it, my sense of social...
Like your perception, it's hard to read the signs, maybe the regulation.
For example,
that's for any guy, though.
Well, because like when I used to do stand-up comedy, I was pathologically shy and depressed. It made no sense I was a stand-up comic because
most of them are, right?
Right, but I was never funny. I see when I started, I didn't want to. I wasn't a class clown. I just went into it because I knew I was a weirdo. I wanted to be a character actor, but I didn't know how you did that. So it's not like now with his YouTube and you see, all the groundlings. The only way I heard is, Jimmy Walker, Freddie Prinze, they did their act at a place, the Improv, and then you get on the Tonight Show, then you get to be in a sitcom. So I went, I see a way to do that.
Just for the Improv and then you're on the sitcom.
So I fantasized being on the Tonight Show going, this is just my second time doing stand-up. I thought every night there's people at the Improv.
You have some confidence just to get to the Improv. I mean,
Well, that's the thing. People don't understand. They go, why are you shy? You've gotten in front of people, but... When I did stand-up, again, I said, just do it once. My head was down. I didn't look at the audience. And that became my act by accident because I couldn't look at the audience. I made nooses with the mic cord. I did these weird non-sequitur one-liners, things my mother would say. This is true. I'm using the word again, but this is true. When I quit college to try to be a comedian, my mother couldn't understand it because her generation just, Buddy Hackett. She goes... I don't know how I'm going to tell people you're a comic. I'm going to say you're retarded. That was easy to explain. There's something wrong with Freddie. He lies in bed, and there's something wrong with him. She couldn't say I was a comedian. So basically, I just said I just have to do it once. So basically, with my social life, I would just hope someone came up to me. So I never knew most of my adult life how to try to talk to someone. You hope they break the ice. So you just kind of...
Just wait it out.
Yeah, and I would stand at the Improv waiting for the whole audience to come out and just... but usually they're couples or they go, hey, you look familiar, but they're not going, you look familiar, let's go to bed or anything.
Yeah.
But,
no, never. Sometimes just once. There has to be sometimes you went to bed because...
There has to be some access.
That you went to bed.
Yeah, and
You've got your Kathy Griffin story.
Yes. She didn't see me do my act. She was, it was at a party, and she just, we had a date. And this is what I like. I like to be bludgeoned. I don't know how to make a move. When I was a virgin when I started stand-up, I was a virgin until I was 21. Again, I didn't know what you're supposed to do. What do you put your... I wasn't going to do anything. I didn't know. You go to their apartment, you put their arm around. So I wanted to guarantee that there'd be sex, so it would take me an hour to muster the courage.
Sounds like a lot of our listeners, a lot of people have fear around that.
And I used to, when I was in high school, I used to wish, we all had magic, like movies, missions. I used to wish that whatever woman liked me, ESP would like light up red or something. I guess want guarantees. Yes. So
yeah, well, that's what I've been saying on the show for years. I wish women would take more initiation.
They do. I think they do.
I think nowadays.
They do.
Not that they do, but what I think I finally learned is I'm not one of these guys that has rules. Guys do this. Guys like the remote. Women do this. But I think it's more up to a woman. Meaning, anytime I try to charm someone or quote unquote work them, nothing. But a woman. The few successes I've had, they just give you a look like, hey, I'm attracted to you, or whatever. They make it easy.
Really?
I think that's what I think.
I don't.
Well, you're the expert.
I think I've heard definitely more.
I think guys can't pick up the signs, though.
Well, as we talk about, there have been studies that say that men really just can't oftentimes read the signs from a woman that they like them, and how many guys have been like. You're here years later, they run into their high school crush or college crush, and she's like, I loved you the whole time. He's like, why didn't I know? So I think there is a lot of that.
Maybe like I said, I need to be bludgeoned. I need, and the times I've had success with physical stuff with, you allowed to say sex on the show?
Yeah, you
I'm just kidding. She looked like,
no,
this guy's serious?
We're going to bleep it out.
Yes. Where maybe I've had where it was 100%, I kind of knew that there was an attraction. So
how did you know? What'd you feel?
You know it. You just, again, a look like they ask questions back.
She's giving you fellatio, and they're like, oh, she might like me.
She wants to suck my penis.
Yes.
It's on.
She might be into me.
You kind of know, but then again, I've been wrong. So what am I talking about? Oh, she seemed like she's flirting. They're from the South.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
true.
So I don't know what I'm talking about. Kathy Griffin, I went to her apartment, and we're trying to decide, should we go out to eat? Should we see a movie? Then she goes, I'm wet. So that gave me the confidence.
There you go.
So maybe I've been looking for that.
She wasn't like there's something leaking. She was like,
no. She told me she was wet. Well, it gave me the confidence to start kissing, and so we in the apartment. I didn't think we had to go on a date when they're wet before the date.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I'm down. Yeah. Save some money here and tacos. Yeah. So
it was. We were doing stuff, and she had just seen a TV movie about a woman that batters men, and she wanted to hit me in the face because she doesn't like men. She was saying she has hostility towards men, and she goes, I don't like men. I go, why? She goes, they rape, they go to strip clubs, and they see porno. And I said, kidding around. I only do 2 out of 3 of those.
Right.
And
it's funny.
And
that made her wetter. Perhaps.
Yeah. Well, she wanted to hit me, and I was assaulted. I have TMJ ligament damage in my face. I said, hitting wouldn't be a good idea. Maybe the right. I don't know.
Right. Wow.
And but I didn't want to be hit.
I don't blame you. Good for standing up for yourself.
Yes. So. She was weird, and
and then what?
She was with her in general.
Yeah, like you're like, I'm out. I don't do the hitting.
Well, I have to confess something.
Okay, you can do this here. It's safe.
Okay,
it's all right.
Again, all right. I'm not a sleazy guy at all. When I was a comedian.
I don't read sleaze from.
No. But I never could follow waitresses around. Hey, what are you doing? I could probably get laid if. And I can't manipulate. There's a lot of guys, they sit at Starbucks and they'll see a woman in a laptop and they go, hey, you're trying to write things. I could be a fix-it guy. I could never,
right.
I'll do your one-woman show. I'll do it. I could never pretend to be a blowhard, to pretend to be an expert, to try to, be the guy that you'll write my show. I probably, I wrote on Seinfeld, so I could probably have, so I'm giving myself credit for not being sleazy that way.
Yeah.
I never manipulate. But if someone's available, I've done things I'm not proud of. Meaning,
It's okay.
Meaning, when I really know this is bad, maybe I've had sex one last time. You know what I mean?
And then you just don't call him? What do you mean?
No, I'm not spiteful, not cum. What are you talking about?
What do you mean? No, but you're saying you have sex with someone.
Okay, what I mean is, you know, this is sad. You know, this is not going to be something. She's hostile.
Right.
It's weird.
Oh, but you still
if
have
you
sex
had
with them
one more
anyways.
opportunity
Yeah.
for sex,
Everyone does that.
Yeah.
It's common.
There was one woman. I knew it was bad because she put kidding around, but trying to warn me a knife to her cat's throat. And I love cats.
Jesus, you gotta.
And I should have walked out then, but we did one last time, even though, you know what I mean. I've done things like that.
Right,
but
like she's
again,
after the animal, not me.
Everyone's done that.
But she was trying to show she was going. She thought the cat was going out. Going, you just want the other lady in the hall because you want the hot chick, the next hot chick. I was saying cats don't know if a woman is hot or not. And she goes, you better not stray. And I think was trying to show me don't stray.
Oh my God,
but,
we need to fix
Wow.
you up with some healthier
women that
choices.
don't put knives to cats' throats.
I know exactly.
Yes.
That sounds like a good start. But first, I just need to talk about one thing here.
Sure.
We'll get back to knives and your dangerous dating habits.
Yeah.
I need to talk about.
Oh no! I did one dude. If we get back to the story, there was one woman made it. There have been women that made themselves available sexually, and I didn't do it. There's been a lot.
All right.
I've been smart.
Oh, dude, I don't think it's bad. I got to talk about
No,
Kegel
but-
exercises right now. It has nothing to do with you. He just got insecure that I was cutting off your story, but I got to
No.
talk about Kegel exercises for one moment.
Okay.
Do you know what they are?
I learned by listening to your podcast.
Oh, you listened?
Yes, I'm listening. You're very sweet, and we'll talk. I was scared going on it. Some people
Really?
freaked me out. Dr. Drew's wife. So
Because
she was saying, she goes, you're going to go on sex with Emily? You with anal sex? And so I thought it was one of these podcasts. Hey, dude, you like threesomes, but you're very sweet, and it's nurturing, and it's not. I've been on some podcasts where I don't like myself, where I'm trying too hard to show, hey, I talk a lot, and I've done sex. So you don't do that on this.
no,
I
I'm
see.
chill, right? The
Yeah.
name I always say is like the raciest part of the show.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
But Kegel exercises are very important for your pelvic floor strength for men and for women. But I'm going to talk about women now for a moment, because for women, like, we'll do exercises like so our abs look good and our arms look good and our asses look good, but we don't think about our pelvic floor because no one's really seeing it. But when our pelvic floor isn't strong, we have urinary incontinence, means that we sneeze and we pee.
I have that.
You have that too? Well, there's something for men too. We can talk about
Okay.
that. Do your Kegel exercises. I have an iPhone app called Kegel Camp, and it helps you with that. But this product, there's a product now that, because you only do them 5 minutes a day, traffic light, it's the pee stopping muscles, but nobody remembers to do them. So this is for women, I'm sorry, but it's called the Intensity, and it does your Kegel exercises for you. It looks like it's actually part vibrator, part health device, and I use it every day because it's like kind of my relaxing Zen time. I really do. At my house, I lean back and I don't have to do it. Like it stimulates those muscles. So for like 5 to 10 minutes a day, it takes all the confusion out of Kegel exercises, because most people just do them. Most people do them wrong, and it targets your G-spot and your clitoris while you're doing it. So you have like orgasms and you have stronger Kegel muscles, pelvic floor, which means you have stronger orgasms all around. If you've never had an orgasm, it can help you that way, and also just helps women like with after childbirth, all this stuff. So it's very important to have a pelvic floor that is strong, because over time it will atrophy and it could get very ugly. So, and it's tighter too. A lot of women worry about being tight. A lot of women worry that they're not tight enough. So, Intensity has been proven to tighten and tone your pelvic floor muscles, and people call it the only intimate health product every woman needs. And you can find it at pourmoi.com. That's POURMOI.com. And we did a great review, if I do say so. We did a great review of it called Sex Toy Review Intense and Unplugged. We also have a blog about it. If you want to learn more, go to pourmoi.com, POURMOI.com. That's all. Back to, so how did you, I met you at Dr. Drew's birthday party.
Yes. We
Right?
bonded over how sweet he is, because
He's his doll.
I have to be honest. Before I met him, I wasn't a fan because of Celebrity Rehab. I thought, he just tries to manipulate them, but he's done so many sweet things. He's so accessible. He really does care. I thought he was just a guy pretending to care about the celebrities for ratings. Yeah. He's a great guy. And so at first I was intimidated, thinking, I'm the Beverly Hills sex lady. I thought
Beverly Hills.
I thought you were like, hey, make please me. I'm the woman. I deserve things because I'm attractive. I don't know why. And you,
It's hilarious.
I thought, hey, give me the world. Give me orgasms every second. I'm at Hustler. I don't know.
Check out my gigantic dildo.
You know, and
My Sibian.
I was intimidated. I thought, you know, you were like a royalty. Like you just seemed, you dressed like a Kennedy. I don't know what I'm talking about. I thought you were like a large woman, kind of like Beverly. I'm the Beverly Hills sex. You didn't even put Beverly Hills. I don't know why. It was sort of like I'm
like a San Francisco hippie chick, but I appreciate
yes.
that.
So then I thought you'd go, who's this weird middle-aged skinny guy talking to me? But we really bonded with Drew, and there's a familiarity I have.
Definitely.
And you was beyond so cool, and I was, you know, trying to get on the podcast. Hey, you want to plug things? And you were, again, so then I started listening more. And you're not like, a lot of these women in podcasting or sidekicks try to amp it up to show, I'm one of the guys. Hey, man, I could talk dirty. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're genuine. You really care, and you're not doing that.
No,
So
kind of myself. I wouldn't know how to be anything else, like acting.
No.
I was in a movie once. It wasn't good. I'm just not because even I wanted to act. I'm saying I'm best at being myself.
Well, it's great.
And the
really
more you
works.
are yourself, you probably realize this through stand up as well. The more authentic. I mean, like same with you, Menace, doing radio. Don't you feel like it's gave you the confidence? Also, the more you talk, the more you get accepted. Like you just are who you are wherever you go. The
I'm a
authenticity.
terrible actor. I can't act.
Well,
Save my
I
life.
always play the nebbish, the sidekick, the hypochondriac, because I'm a real good actor.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
Because I'm really the gritty guy from Sons of Anarchy, but I act, and I act like a sad sack.
but
No,
you've
it should just
accepted
show up.
You're good. You're doing well. You got your
thank
book,
you.
your
Yeah,
podcast
it's,
as well.
Yeah, I have called The Mild Adventures of Fred Stoller. Just I like character actors. I've had all kinds of people, but I like people. I like talking to quirky people rather than George Clooney. Not that he's asking to be on it,
Right.
but I like just people with just
People's
every
stories.
man.
Everyone's interesting. I think. Everyone's got a story.
I hope my books is. I'm like an everyman. I've been on some shows, but I'm just a guy.
That's what it's about. It's about
Trying
exactly,
to
your
deal
struggle,
with
being-
my mother and where to go next, and accept myself and just go to the next thing. So yeah, I like everyman.
How long have you been in Los Angeles?
I've been here since '88.
Yeah.
I've been here forever. Yeah,
Where'd you come from before?
New York.
New York?
I'm from Brooklyn, and then I lived in Manhattan.
Wow.
and
Was it a big adjustment for you?
Pretty much. Well,
Yeah.
it's just to me, it was just freaking out because I was in the comedy boom. Even though I didn't love being a stand-up, it was just a false comfort zone. I'm getting spots. I thought So then you come out here, and when you're in New York, you always go, I haven't tried LA yet.
Right.
You know, and now here it's like, where do I go next? This is so it's just, it freaks you out. And I see why there's so many feng shuis and acting coaches and
Right, 'cause
managers.
everyone's all messed up.
Everyone's looking for the answer.
True.
Everyone is looking for a guru. Everyone, you know, and so, so there's a lot of people that prey on vulnerable people. And my book, there's a part about a manipulative acting coach that was ridiculous and freaking me out, that if I quit, I'll lose everything and go back to being a 3-year-old, you know.
Yeah.
So there's the, and
I find good people. That's the thing. A lot of people here will take advantage of you, and I think that you just have to check in with yourself, because if you're really looking for that, you think, oh, this person will save me. This person will save me, and once you realize
there's no magic solution.
There is no magic.
With you know, you need a tooth fixed. You know, you get the tooth, but it's nebulous. There's no answers how to be an actor. You just stay in it. My only advice is, if you're a writer. I'm stealing this from Stephen King and his great book about writing. Read every day and write every day.
That's true.
If you're an actor or a stand-up, be with people at your level to share information. I don't believe in stand-up comedy classes, but maybe go and then, there's an open mic. Oh, you do this. You know what I mean? You need to be with people at your level to go, you know, to have like a little networking things, not those networking parties. But so I freaked out. Yeah, it was like, wow, this is the end of the line. What happens now? And I leaned on this woman who, she set me up. I'm gonna oh, I want to hold you and make up for all the women that hurt you. And
my God.
she set herself up to be my mother, my manager, my acting coach. Then she dumped me. She goes, I can't be a shrink to you. This is so one-sided. So she set me up, because I...
Sounds really unhealthy, yeah.
To be, and I became too needy when she set me up for that. So I did it when I first moved to LA.
We all make mistakes at the beginning. I had
Yes.
bad agents, bad whatever, bad managers, but
Yes.
I want you to help us answer some emails
Sure.
from people. Is that cool? I figured
Absolutely.
it's good to get more advice here,
Yeah.
more people, more minds, better. This is okay. So everyone, thank you for emailing me feedback@sexwithemily.com. We love hearing from you. Tell us where you live. What do we say? Where you're from? How old you are?
yeah.
All that crap.
And how you listen to the podcast.
How you listen to the podcast.
iTunes, sexwithemily.com, Stitcher, all that kind of stuff.
Okay, right? I'm a new listener. I dig the show. You provide useful insight to your listeners, and now I'm hoping you can give me some of the same. I'm in a situation I'm not sure how to exit. I'm friends with a coworker at work lately. It feels like she may like me more than she lets on. She always wants to hang out with me. She constantly Skypes me at work, and sometimes she will text me at home or over the weekend. I happen to think she's very cute and funny, and she's very sweet to me, but here's the problem. We are both married. Dun, dun, dun. I'm starting to feel really uncomfortable at how she treats me. I have other female friends, but they give me nowhere near the attention she does. I'm feeling I need to break up with her because I think it's causing some confusion for me. Like she has breakup in quotes. I can't have that clouding my judgment when it comes to my relationship. I'm just not sure how to do it. I don't want to point out her behavior. That could get awkward for both of us. And if I just ignore her, she will obviously want to know why. I could just tell her that she needs to stay away from me and put limits on our communication, but I'm not sure. I don't have the fortitude to be that callous. I don't want to be in this situation. Any advice? Thanks, Jay.
Well, at least he answered he doesn't want to be in it.
This is the thing. So
Yeah.
I start
At least he
reading
knows.
this. I'm like, here's another douchebag. No, a lot of people at work. You meet people at work because they're at their best, right? We all want to be intellectually stimulated by someone. We spend more time with people at work, and I'm thinking, But I feel like he's the most honest married guy.
Yeah,
on
because a
earth.
lot of guys, they're in denial, or they like the flirting, but they're pretending it's innocuous.
Yeah.
So he knows it's inappropriate.
Hey, and I love that he checked in. He's like, I feel that I'm crossing the line, and I've got boundaries. And it was like, I thought I was going another direction. So I love that he's let's give him props for recognizing the confusion it's causing his marriage, and the workplace can be a breeding ground for this. My only concern was it's tricky because when it comes to coworkers, it's like, he can't send her an email being like he says, like, do I just break up with her? No, I think he just has to modify his behavior, and then she'll follow suit.
You know what?
Don't respond. Don't be mean to her. Still be smile and maybe have a lunch, but when she starts that behavior, don't respond to it.
It's another concern he may have. I have these neighbors that are always fighting because the wife picks up his iPhone and reads into, why'd you give her Instagram likes? So I could see,
Instagram is killing me.
Yeah, why'd you Instagram liked her, but she's in a bikini, or reading into her emails or Facebook. So if I was him, I'd be nervous that my wife would read into it.
I know. That's
Definitely.
true. That's true. So he can't email it or anything. I think he just
Or even text, she'll see the texting.
Yeah. I think. What do you
I'd
think,
say my
Doug?
wife may be uncomfortable.
Yeah, you have to make yourself less available.
Just don't be so available. Don't text her back. And I don't know. At first, I was like, well, you could have a talk with her and be like, listen, we're both married. But then she could be like, freak out. I would just.
She could have a freak out.
Pull back, but be nice.
I'm also confused because if she wants to flirt and stuff, they work together. You don't need to. If you sit here, it's a little silly.
I know. So he's just got to pull back. I think that's fine. So we have a threesome question because who doesn't love threesomes?
Oh my God.
Hey Emily, almost a year ago, I began dating an awesome girl. It started out as casual. We're having a great time and fantastic sex, and then drunkenly one evening, she mentioned once having a threesome.
That's all she needs to do, and that's
Listen,
never going to get out of his head.
This spun him out of control, and then asked me if I wanted to do it. Naturally, I said yes, as I've always wanted to. Time went on, and our relationship became quite serious. We're now very invested in each other. My feelings for her grew. She continued teasing that three-way for months, until finally admitting that she no longer wanted to go through with it due to potential feelings of jealousy. Check this, though. I've done my best to try and let it go, but I can't contain my resentment.
Of course.
He has resentment now and envy and sheer disappointment in knowing that my girlfriend would make my dream come true for another guy that she knew before him.
Oh,
But
she did
not
it for
for me.
another guy.
She mentioned to him, "Oh, I had it once, and do you want to?" At the beginning. So she put the bait out there, right? So why? What did he have that I don't? He was probably just banging her every other whatever. What did I lose along the way to make her change her mind? Not wanting to hold our otherwise lovely relationship hostage over a three-way, I feel my hands are tied. I've tried bringing this all up to her before, but she's made me feel pretty bad about it, change the subject, and I want to just get this out of my system. But the more serious our partnership becomes, the more I see this as an impossibility.
Wow.
He says, it's harder for me to be attracted to her, and he's agonizing that she dangled the threesome carrot.
Oh, to get her in love.
Yeah.
No, I don't even know. I think that they were together for a week, and he said they were drunk months ago when they started dating, and she said, "Oh, I had a threesome once."
But did he fall in love because of this possibility?
I think there was probably more than that.
Right.
But now I think they've been together. I think she said it once, and then he kept thinking it was going to happen. Hopefully, this guy's not just with her because of that. But she says no. So it's guy's number one's fantasy, and she says it in the heat of the moment. But she's now into him. So it's like, and they're in a relationship. And some women, the only way you should have a threesome in a relationship is if you're both on board. And you're like, and a lot of times it can, tear your relationship apart.
You're just going to have to let it go, man.
He's got to let it go.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Have you had a threesome?
I had to think. Not really.
Yeah. I had an aborted threesome once.
Yeah?
I've had a few, but this one was
No. Well, what counts as a threesome?
two other people in the room that you touch in a
At the same time.
Maybe.
way?
What happened a million years ago? I was with a woman, and that was the story. No.
and your dog was in the room, but there was nothing. No.
There was a woman I was with, and then we did stuff. This is my 20s,
It's fine.
And then her roommate came in and lied with us, and then she did something with me.
She gave you a blowjob.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
The roommate.
Okay.
So, but it wasn't us three together. No, that doesn't count.
Okay. God, doesn't count. But whatever. Two
I
more
mean,
nights.
close.
But it made me reminisce about
You
the
got
old
very,
days.
you got very close.
This guy has got to let it go because in the heat of the moment, when she wasn't as emotionally attached to him, she might have said, "Oh, I had a threesome," but now they're together. So the good news, it's normal that he wants it and he's excited. The bad news, she's attached. And a threesome, when you're into someone, you can get jealous and all these things can come up. So I think he's got two choices. He's got to just let it go out of his mind, and just maybe they could, do other things that will excite him in their relationship, like watch porn together, tie each other up, like maybe watch threesome porn or do something else that will fulfill your fantasy.
Like I said, I've never had a threesome, but with women, what's their jealousy factor with the third woman that's not in the relationship when they do it?
Oh, because typically,
Are they jealous, or are they just?
I think it could be really well. Okay, it's a case by case basis. There's some women who are. The rule with a threesome is if you're in a relationship and you want to do it, the woman has to be on board because typically it's another woman. So she maybe has been wanting to try out being with a woman, but the guy also gets. But it's not like, hey, honey, go get with this woman. I'll just watch. Sometimes it's that way, but typically he's also with the woman. So watching her partner, who she loves, have sex with a guy
Gets her off.
Well, it could. Some women could get totally turned on, but some women could be so jealous.
Right.
They could think, "Oh, she's skinnier than me. He likes her more than me.
Right.
He's doing. They look like they're making out in a way we never have." It can bring up extreme jealousy. Obviously, so and same with men too. So you have to be in a really solid place.
I would say with this guy, my concern would be that it may not get him out of his system if he likes it. If they'll do it once, you know what I mean? He may go, "Hey, let's try it again."
But she's on board with it.
But I'm saying, even if she did agree to just once,
he might want it more and more and more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that often can happen. But I think he's obsessing on the wrong thing. It sounds to me, he says we're in a healthy relationship, it's stable, but I'm obsessing. So either you choose not to obsess and channel that energy into expanding your sex life elsewhere, or you got to break up. He's kind of sabotaging in a way. And you're not going to get a woman to do anything, especially sexual, by begging her and bringing it up all the time.
And then I don't know, even if you break up over this, that's kind of lame.
It is kind of lame.
You just got to let it go.
He sounds like that. He's got an obsessive thing going, and if you really love her, there's a way you can kind of go back and challenge that and reconnoiter.
Okay.
Yeah. So do we have time for? Do one more. Okay, we do one more.
All right.
Okay, what should we talk about here? We've got a few options. We can talk about being a virgin.
Oh, well, you
Guy or
said that
girl?
you were a virgin.
I was a virgin till I was 21.
Okay, so
yes.
this is great for you.
Sure.
Okay, how to lose your V card. Emily, my name's Zachary. I'm an 18-year-old man from Louisiana. I'm still a virgin. I've been listening to your podcast on my podcast iPad app for a few days. Your advice is amazing. Like I said, I'm a virgin, and I feel it's time to lose my V card ASAP. Can you please tell me how to approach girls for casual sex and how to attract a woman? Thanks. Your podcasts are great. P.S. Hi, Menace.
Hello.
Zachary. Okay,
He's never had sex before, but he wants to have
Casual sex.
start having casual sex.
Why don't we just start with sex, Zach?
All right, yeah.
Casual sex.
She is.
It's cute. People are too porn.
Hey.
They're like, oh, when can I have a gangbang?
I want to have sex for the first time, and then
How
10
deep
women
is it
around.
at 18? Yeah.
Right, exactly. So I think, first of all, guys who are virgins, and women, they worry. I get it. You obsess. Am I going to do it right? Is it going to be hard? You can't really. You can plan for it, but it's not like you're going to be perfect the first time, and there is no perfect, because I'm sure you're going to be with someone who's fairly new at sex as well. So make sure that you, first of all, have condoms, safe sex. And I would say to guys, practice. Do you guys ever practice putting condoms on before you had sex?
No.
Okay. That's a good thing to do,
But I
because guys
definitely-
freak out about that.
With
They do
Kathy
it wrong.
Griffin, I tried with a condom, and
Yeah.
so I don't know if we had sex because I have a lot of times I could
You don't
stay.
know?
I pushed and
Did you feel penetrate? Okay.
It didn't stay hard. I have problems with some women. It goes right in with the condom. Some it's hard. You push
Yeah.
and push.
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden, some are going, "It's okay." They go, "Come on, do it again. Try." So.
To the coach.
Yeah, so sometimes, with the condom, it's hard for me. Unless,
Condoms can do that for people too, but maybe it's the wrong condom.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great condoms out there. People think condoms, but I love skin condoms, SKYN. They are not latex. They're polyisoprene. They're thinner than most condoms, but they're still strong.
tried
And
them.
you can't. They're made I recommend a lot of people. Everyone's like, oh my god, it's like you're not really you're wearing nothing at all. Is their slogan, but it actually works. What would you say, Menace? First time, do you remember? Can you think back to that time last year when you hadn't had sex?
I know, sex for the first time. No. First I think, to have sex for the first time, I think you really need to practice on just talking to a woman, I used to say this, I haven't said it in a long time on the podcast, where every woman you meet, you don't have to be hitting on them. Just practice talking to them.
Right.
So when you do find the person that you would want to have sex with, that you're very comfortable in talking to a person in general,
Right. Like have women friends, right?
Because you're not going to go from being a mute to having sex.
Right.
You definitely going to have to talk them into it. And again, what I've always said on the show, if a woman's not into you, nothing physically is ever going to happen to you. You're not going to die.
Right, if she rejects you, you don't
if she
die from
rejects
rejection, right?
It's all
No, not too
I mean, you die inside a little
You do your
bit.
best work.
Your
I think
feelings might be hurt if a woman is not into you, but it's always like a numbers game too. Eventually you're going to find that person that you like, and they like you back, and then
Exactly.
eventually you will
Yeah,
have
that's
sex
so
with them.
sweet when they just, like I said, give you that look, or
Yeah.
you don't have to work them like you think in the movies. They just
Yeah.
kind of,
You don't have to put on this whole show.
Yeah,
Right, exactly. So I think
And
that
then-
he's just go ahead.
Yeah, or you have Tinder. Apparently that's just a
I
blowjob
never got on
dispensary.
that.
It is a blowjob.
Yeah.
Ross said that
Yeah. So
how does it
I
work?
heard that from you.
before he was
What's
with me.
ti-
That
what's-
was Ross.
What's the difference between Tinder and Grindr? I don't know any of this stuff.
So Grindr's the gay one. Tinder is the just open, meat
What does
market.
it mean? Go, hey, I want to mess with you? Is it like,
No, well,
I'll show you.
okay.
I mean, I'm not actively on it, but
Yeah.
I've had my Tinder dalliances. I actually had my I had a Tinder date on the show. I had a blind Tinder date. Yeah.
Now it's
It was
basically
much better on the air than it was in real. I mean, when I
Yeah,
went out.
basically you just open your phone and then I'll show you all the women that are
Attracted to you.
within a certain mile radius,
Right.
apparently, right?
Right,
And then
exactly.
also there's
you can
another
choose
one
your
that
age range or how many miles you want.
yeah, I'm not on Tinder.
But why is it more just casual sex?
It's people say it is. You can choose. It's not like they're like if you go on a date with someone, you have to bang them.
Apparently, though, everyone is just hooking up off this thing.
Right.
So I guess I would recommend it too.
I mean, the thing is, actually, there's a really interesting article my friend sent me. Did you? Maybe Madison someone sent this to me, and it breaks down all of the different dating sites. So if you want, like, OkCupid is for like hipsters who hang out in bar, like Match.com, like you pay for. Christian Mingle is obviously for Christian, Tinder. I mean, I'm going to post it on the website.
I heard
It's
if
a
you
really
go to
great article.
farmersonly.com, you're just going to get laid
Just get farmers?
immediately.
Yeah, exactly. But
once you open the website.
But I want to say Zach is that he's got to stay calm. Okay, sound collected. Just like don't obsess about it. But stay calm. Hopefully, you're in a state with someone that you're already.
When I was
with.
a virgin till 21, I thought it was more realistic. I'd be on a show like Happy Days. I had no self-esteem. I thought I was going to make it in comedy, in show business more than I thought I'd ever be with a woman. I had so little self-esteem, and
you're handsome, good-looking man.
I was really, really, really skinny when I was in high school. Skinny wasn't like a brooding animator or hey, it was like really. I asked out the ugliest girl because I thought if she rejected me, all of them would. I thought, and she goes, "You're too skinny. Maybe if you gain 15 pounds." So I went for the bottom, and I thought if I'm too skinny. So basically, a lot of issues, but it's all good. No self-esteem, like a stick figure, and so basically. Yeah, so it stayed with me, and then when I started wanting to be an actor, I thought that was more. So I remember my therapist was saying, "You're definitely going to have sex." He goes, "I could even write a prescription for you. I guarantee you'll have sex." But I really, what I'm trying to say is to give them reassurance. You think when you are an adolescent and have no self-esteem, it's never going to happen. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
He wants to know even just how to start talking. So I was thinking, I had all these tips I was giving him to have sex. He just wants to know how to start approaching girls. He might say, but how do you start talking to him? And like we said, it just how to attract women. Be yourself. Don't overthink it, and literally talk to women wherever you go. If you're waiting in line for Starbucks, if you're at the bus, if you're even women you're not attracted to. Or guys too, practice the art of conversation, and don't ask yes/no questions. Make observations. If you're standing, outside, what do people do? I always think of Starbucks. What else do people do where they're together? Everyone's on their goddamn phones. But you can be like, when do you think they brought the pumpkin spice latte back? Something that ask a question. Start a thing and observe something, maybe compliment, something she's wearing, be very specific, ask a question that's not a yes, no, and engage in something, but not in a creepy way. You can just observe something that's happening in the moment
isn't he interacting with people that have a common ground? Oh, Mrs. Finkelstein's math teacher, or I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's not as hard if he's not trying to talk to total strangers.
He's 18 too, yeah. Do you think this test will be as hard as the last test?
Right.
I heard that if it just start talking, and it's an art. It is an art, and it is a skill. Learning to talk to people and feel comfortable is not something that we're all born with. I think we all have, a lot of us have an awkward time, but it came out of the womb talking. I have other issues, but for a lot of people, especially men, they have the fear of rejection. They think that there's the perfect thing to say, and we talked about this earlier on in the show. It's just be, it's easier to say, but he's 18, be yourself and practice talking to women.
Yeah.
And how do you attract her is if the more authentic you are, the more real you are, and don't be creepy.
And my biggest thing, I go, what's your name? Where are you from? And I can guarantee you, when they say where they're from, I can say something about,
right? Because all these weird facts about everywhere.
About their state that they're from or the city or something like that. And very rare that I have absolutely nothing to say, and then the conversation just snowballs from there.
That's good.
It's so easy. What's your name? Where are you from?
What was the best? Have you ever said something to a woman that changed the game, and next thing you know, you were?
I said, again, I'm not good at working people. Like I said, with auditions or with women, they just, like I said, there's just an essence. It's almost predetermined attraction. So it's never really who's this weird guy? And I say something, wait a minute, come back here.
I want to hang out with you.
You know what I mean? It's just. An essence, yes, a connection. I never really, no one was ever looking at me. Then I did a joke and they, wait, come back here. Hey, what's your name again? So I think it's almost predetermined.
Well, I also think, though, for men and for women, I always think of we all have friends that we feel really comfortable with, right? When you're with your guy friends or your family, maybe we all have people that we're just totally ourselves. We let it all hang out. And I think, for guys and for women, channel that. Next time you're hanging out, be what am I like with, observe yourself. Next time you're just hanging out with your best friends, what am I doing now? Why am I so comfortable? and then think about who that person is, and then bring that person out.
Well,
into the world.
sometimes I'll be at a party and I'm talking to a woman, and in my head I'm going, I'm trying too hard. I'm trying too hard. And I know when I'm doing
But
that
then
mantra,
you're
it means it's
taking it for a
over.
moment.
Yeah.
It's not there. I know when I'm trying too hard. I
Right.
know when if there's something not there, it's not
I
there,
got
and
it.
it doesn't work.
Okay, well, I'm going to go backwards right now because I'm going to do a Sex in the News story that I really wanted to do.
All right.
Usually we do Sex in the News and then we do emails, but I would like to do this.
All right.
Italy rules it's not illegal to masturbate on your lunch break. I just wanted to get your feedback about this.
All right.
And when's your lunch? I'm just kidding.
No, exactly. So Italians make great food. They seem like happy, sensual people. So much so they believe that a man and woman
There's so many
sexual
bad
urges-
jokes at restaurants. I mean, I'll shut up. But
Right? No,
like
do
cooks,
jokes.
you don't want. No, obvious
No,
bad
right. You're
jokes.
like, where's my waiter? Sorry.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
your
Taking a
pizza-
break.
We don't want to. I don't want to go to Italy and go. Did he just get off his lunch break? Yeah.
Shit, right? Because this guy, it went to the Supreme Court. So they're saying it doesn't impair your job. Yeah,
What?
exactly. So,
But who's fighting for this stuff?
But wait.
Dude, okay, well, I'm going to pay attention, people.
All right.
Sure.
Okay, they believe that a man in Italy, man and woman sexual urges are natural things. Don't deny them, embrace them. Everyone in Italy shares this ethos. It's ingrained in the country all the way up to the Supreme Court. They said this week, it's fine for employees to watch porn on their lunch break since it doesn't
where?
interfere with their job. In Italy.
No, but I'm saying where in the office.
I don't know, like, hopefully
On a
not
work
in the
computer?
office.
I once had a kinky fantasy involving this. When
Oh,
want to get back
fantasies.
to
We
it.
talk about, yeah. Well, okay. We will in a minute. It does not. The case stems from a man who was fired from Fiat after he was caught watching pornography during his lunch break. He sued, and the case went to the highest court. And bosses had caught the man watching adult films at work, but he argued that his viewing was limited to catching a glimpse of a movie during his lunch break.
But where was it? In the cafeteria or in
was
his
it-
office?
Yeah, was it on a work computer?
See, a car salesman, and he had it on his desk.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay, the porn
then it's not right.
ruling at the Court of Cassation marked the end of a 5-year legal battle for the man, identified as Giuseppe Z, who's dismissed.
By the time it's over, he's middle-aged, doesn't want to masturbate anymore.
He's supported by the local court. It says Italian edition of the local reported as there was no evidence presented by Fiat that the man had indulged his porn habit during normal working hours because he was on his lunch break. He did nothing wrong. So he, whatever. So it says Italy's great. Why do we all live there? I mean, I think this is the last thing that men need, though, is to actually be encouraged that it's okay to watch porn during. I just thought you all like that. I just think that,
It's
it's important
insane.
that we need permission. And this guy's just an idiot, though. Why was he masturbating in his own porn thing during work? Anyway.
I think
And he
it's
spent his whole life-
ridiculous.
That's right. I just want to say it, but
If he was on his own phone, having a lunch break and doing it, then fine.
if you guys,
whatever.
and if you guys would like to leave here and go masturbate, I guess it's
Yeah.
just feel free. I want to just encourage you at the end
Wait,
of the
I'm
show.
confused. So in his own office with the door shut.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
masturbate. So that's the deal. I don't know. I just wanted to
Why-
talk about
well-
Italy. I just talked about Italy. Okay. I talked about Italian masturbation. Madison's back because she had to walk the dog who almost peed.
All right.
So we're all done here, Fred. You're awesome. Thank you for being on the
Thank
show.
you. Thank you.
Yeah,
that was
Fred.
it. Nothing scary.
I told
Yeah,
you, right? I
you
can't
made
believe
it.
Susan Pinsky,
You survived.
a
She
dear
said-
friend of mine said to you, Emily's going to make you talk about anal sex.
She goes, I can't picture you on that show.
What?
She goes, what?
I said no anal penetration.
Yeah.
She goes, I can't picture you on that show. What are you going to talk about anal sex? I thought it's just beads and
She's
pouring
been
candles
on
on
my show.
stuff.
She knows we don't. She's hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, so Fred, everyone can find you. We have buy your book. Maybe we'll have you back. It's a great story. You're a great writer about
Thank you
your
so much.
struggle. I think a lot of people can relate to this. Relatable, and they should buy it on your website. Where do you want people to go?
We're at Amazon, wherever,
Wherever
bookstores
books are
or.
sold, and your website's fredstoller.net, and you're at Fred_Stoller on Twitter.
And you're going to link all this on
All this on my website, yeah, because
sexologist.com,
everything's
right?
on my website too.
Great,
After we post
great.
the show, you're awesome. Thank you. And
Thank
also,
you so
one thing I have
much.
to notice is that a contest for Sibian. I'm giving away a Sibian, which is awesome. Also, I think we're having our year anniversary party, our 10-year anniversary for the
Wow.
podcast Menace, December 6th. Just knew it's coming
December
soon.
6th,
Can you
all
do
right.
it?
December 6th, I
We
could
just
probably
found
do
out
it,
before
yeah.
the show.
Okay.
December 6th, people email me feedback at sexwithemily.com. And also, just check me out. Check all this out. Check my Twitter, Instagram. I love you all. Thank you, Madison.
Thank
Thanks,
you so
everyone, for
much.
listening. Was it good for you? Email me feedback at sexwithemily.com. Okay, guys, I got to tell you about Fleshlight, which is the #1 sex toy for men. And it's probably the only one you want. So let me tell you about it. It's a male masturbation sleeve. And I know you're thinking, I've got my hand. Why do I need anything else? I'm sure your hand works fine, but we talked a lot about toys on the show. If If you could feel something that actually felt like sex, but not like your hand, but just as amazing, and you had mind-blowing orgasms, doesn't it make you curious? Don't you want to try it? I think you should try it, the Fleshlight. It is a crowd pleaser. Not one guy, and I know a lot of you bought it, who listen to the show have ever said, like, I want to return my Fleshlight. It sucked. Or like, oh my God, where's the Fleshlight been my whole life? So check it out. If you want to last longer in bed, like our earlier caller, they have the stamina training unit that can help you do that. And they also have the new Flight, which is smaller and lighter, but it does not necessarily mean for smaller penises. So don't be upset if you buy that one. It doesn't mean you have a small penis. Check it out. Go to sexwithemily.com, click on the Fleshlight banner, and use code Emily, and you get a free bottle of the award-winning Fleshlight. You know, I've been talking to you about my candles for a while now, my Emily and Tony candles. And if you have not tried them yet, or if you don't even know what hell a massage candle is, they are amazing, truly. And it's not just because they have my name on them, but the truth is I had tried massage candles before, and they were like, okay, I love the concept of a massage candle. I love the fact that a regular candle, you can pour it on your partner and give a massage. That's all great. But the other ones that existed, I just felt were kind of like sticky and didn't make you feel good and didn't smell good. And so I made these candles that are like vegan, except for the beeswax part, but they're coconut oil and soybean oil. They smell amazing and they feel amazing. And the feedback from my listeners have been great. Like people, because I invented those people could change their life. And I got a listener who just emailed me and said, my girlfriend was skeptical at first, but agreed to try the warm oil on me first and gave me a back rub. Then I reciprocated and we had amazing sex. She cannot stop talking about how good the candle smells and how great the massage oil feels. And I'm convinced that the scent and the candle helped us through some of our barriers to sex we faced lately. Now you can get a full-size Emily and Tony candle for $28. We just are having a special thing right now on the site.
For
So go
the
to emilytony.com. And I think you use code Emily still and you get percentage off. Super
It's good for
organized today.
Thanksgiving coming up.
Okay, everyone
right?
thinks, oh yeah, it's great for Thanksgiving.
Just put it on the table with the turkey.
Totally, and then everyone gives a massage there afterwards. My family all sit around one Thanksgiving and watch the Kim Kardashian sex video.
Oh, I thought it
That
was
was a
going
good
to
time.
be your mom's sex video that she put out.
Oh my God, dude, we're going to talk about that. Okay, everyone, so thanks for listening and check out the candles.